dimensions, and also the archangels, the angels, the ancestors. And I want to say and ask for protection from the ancestors, the Great Mother, and all the angels and archangels and the ancestral spirits to protect us from those that are claiming to be righteous but are actually unrighteous, that are actually wolves in sheep's clothing. And I want to say protect those that are striving for righteousness and want to learn and want to build and help them strive to become better spiritual beings on this planet, and also to help out those that are in need and to become unison as one collective soul. Thank you for listening. Please, I ask you for that help and guidance and in those services. Ashe. All right. So today I'm not gonna be on here too long. I got a meeting to attend to that's already in session, but I said I'll get on here real brief. So today I'm sitting out here with my two little ones, and we are just talking about things, just talking about life or whatever the case may be. And I normally don't show their faces. I'm not going to show their faces. I'm just going to let them say hi. Okay. I have that for my purposes. So y'all can say hi, y'all. Y'all don't have to say. Y'all don't have to show y'all face. Just say hi.
Hi.
I don't show my children faces for protection reasons and purposes, because I've been stalked for the last couple years, and I'm trying to keep my kids safe from all the craziness and nonsense. But I let them say hi, so you can hear them talk if you want to. If they're going to talk, to you going to hear them talk. They ain't going to say their names, anything. Okay, but I'm not showing their face. I'm very protective of my kids. I'm very protective about my family because of the person or persons that's been harassing. And my family don't play that when it come down to them anyway, and also down to us. So, all right. As y'all know, I told y'all that the new year started in March. The spring solstice, that's the real new year, not January. The spring solstice starts the new year because that's when the sun resurrects, and we're getting ready for Esther or Easter or Ishtar, which is the time of fertility and also the mating season and all of that. So uh, now we're in the real new year, and I told y'all it's going to be different things going on in the weather patterns, different creatures. I said there's going to also be uh, discoveries going on. I said that the storms, the thunderstorms, and all the natural disasters are going to be so. Uh, it's going to be so wild in these weather patterns. I told y'all how this is going to be now, because we're now in the cycle of the number nine. The number nine on the Gregorian calendar is connected to divine completion, but it's also connected to the Orisha named Oya. Oya deals with change, and she also is known as Storm of X-Men. I told y'all that this is the year. This is the year that a lot of changes are going to take place across the planet. Then I also mentioned in other videos about Aquarius Maximus, the sister that said that there's going to be things that's going to unify so-called black people, and it's actually happening. And also keep your eyes open on a lot of different distractions. How you doing, Julian Edwards? How you doing? There's a lot of distractions going on that's happening across the planet now, especially over in the U.S. The whole thing with Shannon Sharp, the whole thing with what people don't know, that is actually a leak audio of Matt Barnes saying it was Shaquille O'Neal that put the money up to expose Shannon Sharp. Okay, how you doing, Ling Jang? How you doing? So that's what's going on. People don't even know that this is a part of the distractions. And see, now we're going into stuff that's dealing with a lot of stuff that's doing underhandedness, because they need to cause the distractions to mess people's minds up and not to have people in the frequencies, because the frequency is real important. And I told y'all this is dealing with a lot of stuff that's going to deal with transformation in this year too, for those that are actually going through spiritual awakenings and so on. And not to mention, they're going to do all they can to stop the awakening from happening to melanated people, and not just melanated people, but people from all different walks of life that literally are going through the awakening process. But they're mainly going after the melanated people, because the melanated people, which is so-called black people, not just in the U.S., but everybody be following people over here in the U.S. and of the diaspora, because they know that when we come together, everything else come together. So, um, so they're doing their best to distract us and stop us from waking up. So on that note, um, I want my children to say hi one more time, and then they're not like I said, I'm not gonna show their face. Y'all gonna hear their voices. They're not gonna see their names, and I'm gonna have them say what they want to say and talk about briefly. Okay. So who want to talk first? You can say hi and then just say how you feel about things, whatever y'all want to say. But it don't have to be all mean and none of that stuff. I want y'all to speak how y'all feel about things. What's going on in the world, what you don't like, what's going on in the world. However you feel. Speak from your heart.
I don't know nothing going on in the world though.
You gotta speak up a little bit.
I said I don't know what's going on in the world.
Remember how you say you don't like people throwing trash, and you don't like people throwing trash in the streets. Remember you say you don't like stuff like that. You don't like people being mean, so you can start saying stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I feel like mainly trash has. I feel like that mainly trash.
Hmm.
It's like distracting plants from growing.
Gotta speak up a little bit more, baby.
I said I think that it's trash that's distracting people from growing. And then you could tell people who love like nature, they would like kind of build like some sort of wall over the plants so there's no trash being thrown.
Uh huh.
Or like if there is trash being thrown, you would see them normally picking it up.
Okay. Okay.
But I feel like we won't. I feel like that we won't really have any like life without like trees and everything because trees give us oxygen to breathe.
Hmm.
And I feel like that trees are connected to us growing. And I feel like without trees we would probably like it would probably be harder for us to breathe.
Okay.
And also we help plants grow too because what we breathe out is like carbon dioxide and that's what like trees need.
Okay. Now y'all heard that from my that was my daughter talking, so she had to say what she had to say at that brief moment. I just wanted her to speak so she can say what's on her mind. Now I'm gonna have my son probably talk it whenever he ready because he over here being shy. Switch seats real quick so they can hear him. Okay, slide on down. Come on, don't be shy, dude. Come on. All right, so my son about to speak. Y'all gonna hear him talking. You gotta talk loud. You can't be talking all. Nobody gonna hear that. They gotta hear you speak.
Okay. So the thing what I hate about the most.
You don't say that you hate.
Mm,
Just speak from your mind what you don't
oh,
like on, but
oh, what
speak
I
how the way you
don't.
say that you kept on telling me that you don't like about what's going on, that you see in the world, all that other stuff. Tell them that so they can hear it from a child's perspective.
I just don't like what's going on. Is like people people have to be paying the government just to just to stay in their house because if they don't pay the government then they will lose their house. No, and they will also get their payments closed. Like they will just lock their bank account and then they won't and then they're gonna have to find out how to make money themselves because if they have to they have to make money, and if they can't then they're gonna be on the streets. And that's what I do not like about the world because the world is changing now. It's not like the same. It's not even happy and peaceful. It's just chaos going
Mm,
around the world.
mm, wow. See, and they say that the little ones don't know what's going on, and they try to tell us that you know that the little ones don't really have a voice like that. But you heard that from two little ones that don't like what's going on, that actually speaking from their heart and speaking from their mind. You know, And I just want y'all to hear that come from the voices of the children. How you doing? Hi, hey. Tons e play. Is it tone plays? How you doing? So yeah, I just wanted y'all to hear that from the little ones, and it's like I chose not to show their faces because you got a lot of stuff dealing with people that are negative towards children, and I just don't want to show my children's faces. I'd rather for y'all to hear their voices. They didn't give y'all their names and none of that stuff. I just want y'all to hear from their perspective in a brief moment, how they feel about what's going on in the world today. And if you missed out on that, you can go back and listen to them. Um, because I really wanted them to actually have a platform where they can open up their minds and speak on how they feel. Eventually, one day they'll probably show their faces when the time is right. But till then, I'll have them on here periodically to speak how they feel, so y'all can know that that I do this not just for them, but I do this for the children, and I do this for us as human beings or spiritual beings living a human experience. Like, I want y'all to know that I do practice what I preach when it comes down to the youth because it starts at home. It starts at home with my children, and it starts at home so they can tell their children, and I mean their friends in school, and their friends in school can actually, what I'm saying, start spreading the message. Because my daughter, everything I told her about the Moors, everything I told her about our story, she go to school and tell her teacher that. Her teacher got mad. He was like, man, you keep on saying your daddy saying this and your daddy saying that. Then I had to send him information about the Moors, about how the way they taught civilization in Europe and how they taught Europe about the Dark Ages. And my daughter went on and started telling him other things about stuff that I told her about history or our story. And my son, he does the same thing. So it's like, but they feel they don't like what's going on out there in nature. They don't like what's going on in the world. As you heard my son, he said he don't like how the government.
Can I please say something else
Now,
too?
my son want to say something else. Okay, I want to try to hear him. Go ahead.
And also, what I also don't like is people cutting down trees because that can literally lose animals' homes and they can literally go extinct. Just like of how what's going on in the water. Like the sea animals are eating the plastic and some of them are dying.
and
Some of
going
them are,
extinct.
yeah, some of them are getting sick. And I just don't like that. And also, if if you make want to make the community better, then you'll have to tell the people to stop because these animals' lives, they're in danger. Are they uh, animals who attack sometimes when they're sick, but they're endangered because cutting down trees is not gonna help the nature.
Hmm. See, well said, right? So that's what I wanted y'all to hear from them, and now y'all know. Oh wow, somebody said they feel the same. See, this is why I opened up this channel for not just myself, but they're going to see my children or hear them periodically on during the summer solstice. When I do streams, I'm gonna have them talk a little bit, but I'm not going to show their faces. Um, and they're not going to give you their names. They're just going to speak from their mind and from their heart. I'm gonna do this starting during the summer solstice. Um, when I feel like they are ready to start talking, and if they say, "Daddy," they want to say something, I'm gonna let them say it. I'm gonna let them speak. And it's not gonna be because of what I say. It's gonna be because they want to speak, and I'm gonna let them speak. And I'm not gonna have them show their faces. You're gonna see my face, but you're gonna hear them talk. You know what I'm saying? And I really want people to know that this is what we're doing this for. We're doing this for the youth, the children. We're not doing this for just the adults. You gotta remember, the children are still new to the world, and they are also still connected to the spirit realm too. So when you hear the children speak, that is more than likely an ancestor coming back to let you know what's going on. And I'm being honest with you because my children had spoke to a guy that I used to be real cool with, and they gave him the business when it came down to information. They was telling him how he not doing things right spiritually. Oh, thank you, no problem. Um, this is what I'm here for. Like I just gave them my phone, and they was speaking to the guy, letting them know what he was doing wrong spiritually. They told him that he was hard headed, that he's not listening, and They was telling them like, hey, you need to listen to the ancestors more. You need to listen to the ancestors. And like they like you not listening to them, and they was like you not listening to what they're telling you. You hard headed. They were saying all of this stuff, and they like real young telling them this, and they're like, you're hard headed. You're not listening. You're not listening. You're not listening. And he thought I was telling them, but no, I wasn't telling them. Um, they were just speaking their mind because I tell my children, speak from the heart of how you feel. Don't go by always what I say. What you feel at that moment in time, you speak and say it. We teach that in our home about having them speak their mind, and we tell them if you speak from the heart, speak from your mind. That's how you can find the real friends that you need in your life. That's going to be those that's going to be there for you. Okay. So, I just really want y'all to hear that from the youth. And this is why we're building what we're building, not just over here, but I want people to know that this is where we are at now. Children that are coming here in this world today, they are not the same children. They're different. If you look on YouTube at the different videos of babies, how they're actually moving at the younger age, walking and everything, these children that come here, they have work to do here. They don't have time to be lollygagging. Yeah, they children, but they want to have fun. But at the same time, a lot of them know what they want to do with their life, and they came here for a mission and a sole purpose. So on that note, I just want to let y'all know where we stand at. Um, I really want y'all to like, share, subscribe, because there's more to come. And the Shannon Sharp thing, that's a distraction. Like I said, like I said about Shannon Sharp, like I said about Shannon Sharp, the situation with Shannon Sharp, that's another distraction. There's a well-known fact that there's leaks of Matt Barnes, that former NBA player who's also co-starring in I think it's called All the Smoke. He found. Oh, no problem. All right, Tones plays. We'll talk to you soon. There's a well-known fact that he has a leak audio saying that Shaq is paying top dollar to expose find any dirt on Shannon Sharp. That's what's been going on. That's a part of the distraction, y'all. And I kept on telling y'all during times that they're going to start finding distractions to keep people at bay so they won't rise up to their full potential of spiritual consciousness. And that's what they're doing. They're constantly finding nitbits and stuff to stop you from waking up. Now watch how many people want to talk about the Shannon Sharp and the algorithm. Watch how many people on YouTube want to talk about this whole Shannon Sharp thing. Watch. You heard it here first. Watch how many people are going to be talking about that on the algorithms. Watch. And that's because that's the thing that they want to talk about. That's a part of the distraction. They don't want to talk about what's really going on. Like right now, what they're not telling you about Haiti. I was looking at a video about Haiti. Do y'all know that the U.S. have embassy over there, one of the largest embassies over there, because there is a meteorite that's over there that helped with a lot of things dealing with the spaceships that they be making, the space shuttles and all of that. And I forgot. I think it's called. I forgot what it's called. But I'm gonna let y'all know the next video I do on the name of it. And what they don't tell you is that that particular metal over in Haiti is worth $45 billion a piece. So that's why they got that stuff going on in Haiti with the so-called warlords and stuff like that, so they can kill the people off, so they can take the land. See, they haven't forgot about 1804, y'all. Then you got stuff going on over here with the mounds over here in the U.S., which are pyramids over here. Then you also have people that can't even go to the Grand Canyon because they found out that there's actually mummy tombs over there that had us over there in the tombs. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on that they don't want to share with y'all, especially what's going on, especially Mexico. We're going to touch bases on that real soon, but I want to let y'all know all the different distractions. And I was watching a video by brother Jolly Bay that sent me something with this brother named Unc, and he had met a voodoo priestess, and she gave him an exorcism. And the crazy thing about that is the guy Unc spoke on was going over there in Antarctica. He said that those ice glaciers can actually heal people from certain ailments. That's why the governments are over there too. All of them. So, meanwhile, people caught up with Shannon Sharp. You got women want to twerk. You got women that want to get caught up in that. You got men that want to get caught up in the bull crap, because this is 3D. This is people, places, and things which are nouns. That's 3D. that is nothing more than lower frequencies. But on that note, keep your frequency high, never keep it low. Do the best that you can do. We love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Peace, love, light. Yeah.
Can I say something?
All right. Before I go, my daughter want to say something.
Me too.
Both of us want something to say before we go.
Okay. Well, I don't know exactly what the video was, but I know that it was a short. And I know one of the videos in the short, it was showing how it was like 7 suns in the sky.
Mm.
And you could see the real sun, and then you can see more suns that's lining up kind of behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was actually 2 moons at once in the sky at the same time. And then it was this other video where they said, I wonder what's gonna happen, like, to Earth in the future, because they showed a picture of the moon, and it was this gigantic spider crawling around it, and then
Mm.
it disappeared.
Mm. Okay.
And then it was this one video that my friend was talking to me and my brother about, and she said that it was this rich man. He went to a restaurant, and he said that they be feeding rich people mermaids. He said he didn't want to eat it, and when he went inside of the the freezer, he seen all these mermaids in there, and then he just walked out.
Wow. So y'all heard my daughter talk. Now my son want to talk. I got to switch seats. You know how he talk low. He gotta. You talk louder than him.
So, okay, so I saw this one short this dude was talking about, and in the it showed the portal to hell. It showed that in the sky, and they zoomed in, and it was smoke. It was a circle
with
that
smoke coming off of it.
with smoke coming off of it, and it looks like that it was trying to open like halfway to to like let out all these other entities, because if you look at the short, I forgot what the guy's name was, but
Alright.
if you see him, just watch him and see what the portal to hell looks like, because it looked like that it was going to open
Right.
all the way.
Okay. Now, when we talk about the hell and everything, we talk about the lower dimensions, and also it's different dimensions. There's lower dimensions, there's higher dimensions. Okay.
The By the way, if you guys want to like see the videos, whether like YouTube shorts, all you have to look up is scary phenomena or just natural phenomenon, because if you look those like if you type in that name, you'll like probably see a lot of them on there. I haven't seen a lot of them, but there's also secret creatures that they have been like hiding from us too. Like
Now I know
it
what I was gonna
it's this
say.
one like they're hiding from us, that like there are um animals under the sea that used to be extinct that they found, and they're not telling us because they don't want us to get freaked out, and they don't want us to start like thinking that everything is like not what it looks now. They want it to look like everything that the world it's always been this way.
Hmm.
Like it's always looked this way when it hasn't.
Hmm.
Cause before we walked this earth, there was people who walked this earth before us. There was animals that walked this earth before us, and spiders weren't their normal size. Tarantulas wasn't their normal size, how they are now. Tarantulas, they used to be bigger than how they are now. Like, spiders have been around, like, basically longer than dinosaurs. And then you have people who were walking this earth who we call our ancestors now, because they were the first people who created us. They were the first people who made plants and like water happen. They were the ones who made like this earth for us so we could have a place to stay on, to walk on, so we could have like a like to see how the human life is. So
Hmm.
when we was in the spiritual realm, we had a decision to like come on this earth to see the human experience or not. And we came on here to see what people are doing really.
Mm. Mm.
So we could go back and tell the message to the ancestors so they could try to find a way to basically fix it.
Mm.
All right, so I got something to say. Had any of you guys like watched Godzilla or anything? Because this story is about to like switch up. Like Godzilla versus King Kong. Godzilla's real. Nobody knows that, but Godzilla is actually a real thing. King Kong is actually mythical. The Godzilla franchise is real because there's actually the three-headed dragon that somebody recorded, and it was yellow lightning lighting up in the sky, and all you can see is these big wings and three dragons on one body. And they're also not telling you about that the kraken is real. I actually saw the video when the kraken came out the water, and it was like a shadow, and the eyes light up like this. I want to say that like blue was coming off of it, and it was the eyes was straight white. They're also not telling you about that there's actually a big monster that is this like bigger,
Yeah.
reaching to the sky,
Hmm.
and it has 6 eyes, one right here and the other right, like
Okay.
one on the right and one on the left. That's 6 eyes. Three on the left. You guys gotta remember, three on the left and three on the right.
Yeah.
6 eyes I saw, and I was just watching, and I was just watching something fun.
Okay.
It's not no joke out here. It's really not.
So y'all hear that from the little ones. They had to say what they had to say. They'll be back on here to talk. When the time is right, they'll show their face, and when I think it's time, they'll show it. But for protection purposes only, I choose not to show their faces. Um, on that note, I want to let y'all know we love you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to them. This is something new that I wanted to bring, so they can actually have an outlet where they can speak how they feel, and have people listen to them, so they can literally know that this is their minds, this is what goes on in their minds, and this is what they see, this is how they feel. And it's beyond the imagination. It's actually more, less, let us say what we have to say. Okay, on that note, love, peace, light, darkness, supreme balance, the yin and yang. May the great mother ancestors, the great father, great um ancestral spirits of creation guide you, protect you. Ashe, thank you for watching.